to all of us.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce yourself? So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have to continue our Bhagavad Gita Marathon series. And we have our speaker today, who is His Grace Balabhadra Krpa Prabhu. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, before handing over the call to you, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. And I would also like to read a small introduction about you. So, quote for today is, when we simply remember to accept the control of Krishna and not to act independently, then all fortune is automatically present. This was said by His Divine Grace in his letter to Brahmananda Maharaj on December 11th, 1968. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu, you're such a familiar face to all of us, seeing you every morning. Please accept my humble obeisances. Very, very happy and eager to
Smiling face.
Smiling face. Very true, Mataji.
Ball of energy.
Yes.
He's dear to everybody. Everybody loves him so much. He's such a wonderful, smiling boy.
Very true, Prabhu. See, Prabhu, everybody is eager to welcome you. But
when I saw his photo, I came jumping to see him because I want to hear his class.
Thank you, Sakakara Prabhu. But I have the fortune of reading Prabhuji's introduction, so I will go ahead. So, His Grace Balabhadra Krpa Prabhu lives in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. He was he's going to ISKCON Bergamo in Italy, where Prabhuji got his first bead bag one early morning when Prabhuji was a little stressed. And this was more than 10 years ago. Then Prabhuji received prasadam, how to pray Radha Krishna deities, everything. Prabhuji had no clue about Prabhupada and ISKCON. And then for some years, Prabhuji did not perform any Krishna conscious activity. Then again, in 2019, in the month of October, when Prabhuji was a little stressed and was looking for some answers, Prabhuji found the video of His Grace Amoglila Prabhu on YouTube. And by Krishna's mercy, Prabhuji was able to connect with Amoglila Prabhuji on 14th October 2019. Prabhuji remembers the date too. Then Prabhuji wanted to chant, and Mataji gave Prabhuji's bead bag, which he had received from the past 10 years back. Yes, and Prabhuji started chanting and started practicing Krishna consciousness again. And now Prabhuji is initiated disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And Prabhuji's services in Bhakti Sangha, Prabhuji found Bhakti Sangha incidentally by Googling. And then he started joining for the chanting sessions. And later he started joining for the Srimad Bhagavatam class also. And Prabhuji loves to stick with the Srimad Bhagavatam class every day. And he loves to read Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. And Prabhuji loves to read at least one shloka a day of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Prabhuji is even given some statistics, and he says it'll take about 55 years to read full Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you for that, Prabhuji. And we know every morning Prabhuji is there coordinating morning calls. He facilitates some question and answer sessions, and he ends the calls very nicely. And all speakers are very comfortable with Prabhuji. So Yes, and Prabhuji never fails to leave a comment for the speaker, even when he attends the mid-morning classes. Prabhuji is busy with work, but still he takes time to appreciate each and every speaker. So this is just a very, very small introduction. So very, very eager to hear from you, Prabhu. Over to you, and you can start with the 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Tanvat pranam to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. माता जी वो हंस रहा था क्योंकि वो तैयारी नहीं की ना तो छुपा रहा था हंसी के पीछे smiling just because
Backside director. Backside director.
yeah. So and Mata ji, I moved to Calgary, actually from Red Deer. At Calgary we have Shri Shri Radha Madhav ji ISKCON, established by our most dear and revered Srila Prabhupada. So I think I must have done something good a little bit that Shri Shri Radha Madhav ji called me near to them. So I'm fortunate now. I go to attend Mangala Aartis whenever I can, many times actually. So this is a blessing I get as so very happy to be in Calgary. And yes, try to do my best. You know, we all try, but when I see the attendees here today, it's very getting more nervous because Kirtida Sundari Mataji is there. She's so much in bhakti and speaking in front of her, and our Sukhara Krishna Prabhu, Parlananda Prabhuji is there, Indulekha Mataji is there. Like all of you are great devotees. It's very difficult to speak in front of great devotees like you are. I can speak in front of my kid, explain him a few verses, but I am speaking in front of all you. I certainly need your blessings of all of you. So please bless me. I hand-folded request you guys, all of you devotees, that I can speak something that can purify myself and that can please Srila Prabhupada, because that's our goal of life, pleasing our Guru Maharaj, pleasing Srila Prabhupada. Because other than this, person like me has no qualifications at all. I don't know how I can please Srila Prabhupada. So we'll start with this beautiful chapter 6. Every chapter of Bhagavad Gita is beautiful. Every verse gives us some kind of insight, some kind of lessons to learn from, and force that just keeps us moving, go ahead in our Krishna consciousness life. We'll start with prayers. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadagamalam Shri Guruna Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganagurunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga. I love the verse of Bhagavad Gita. Kathyantas chamam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. What is that? That devotees, talking together of Krishna, they get pleased. They get
Machchitta Madgadapran.
Madgaprana bodhayanta parasparam kathyantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. So that should be the goal. That if I made any mistake, or all of you devotees are great devotees, as I said earlier, you can jump in, correct me, or we can talk together about glories of Srila Prabhupada and Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 6. As I said, I was not able to prepare that much. Other day it was I was looking at the other classes of the speakers, and everybody comes with all these PPTs and all these lines, and this is what's happening. And I was thinking, what I'm gonna do? I have no PPT at all. you know Lines coming in, brown lines, white lines, explained very nicely. But I was thinking, I what should I speak? And I was praying to Shri Radha Madhav. I said, I have to speak something, so please give me energy so I can speak a little bit. I love you. I love you so much. And this verse comes into my mind. प्रबल प्रेम के पाले पड़ के प्रभु का नियम बदलते देखा, अपना मान भले टल जाए भक्त का मान न टलते देखा. When Krishna shows his love to his devotees, that his respect is at stake. So even he has to, lose his respect, but he will help you out. And this is what we see he did with the Bhisham Pitama. Bhisham Pitama said that I will, kill Arjun and all that. And on the other side, Krishna had a vow that he will not take any shastra, any weapon in the war. But Krishna in one lila does so many things. He saved Arjun. He kept the vow of Bhisham Pitama. He broke his vow, though. He broke his own vow just to keep the words of his devotee. But we see so many times, I was thinking, Krishna does so many times, so many lila, where in this one lila, he will do so many things. We can do one thing at a time if we are good, because many times things don't work out all of the time. Actually, there is some mistake, some kind of flaws in there. But as we see Damodar Leela, we see in one Leela, which has been done 5,000 years ago, more than 5,000 years ago, we still remember it. And we every month of Kartik, we are there to sing Damodar Ashtakam. We are there to see Yashoda Maiya binding our little Krishna. And in one Leela, he has done so many things. He has explained us that bhakti, is your endeavors and your hardships too to get Krishna. It's not easy to bind Krishna. He has fulfilled some promises that he made as Sri Ram when he was in the form of Sri Ram. He made some promises to monkeys that he will play with them when he in the Krishna Leela. So he fulfilled that promise. So that was the second thing. Third thing, what he did, of course, he gave us so much joy of this Mother Yashoda binding little Krishna while he's crying, and mother is trying to bind him. So that's another third thing he gave us. And then he liberated Nalkuvera and Manigriva. So that's another Leela he did while he was binded. So many leelas he does in only one shot. You can say he does so many leelas. And I was also thinking of Kaliya Leela, when he went to Yamuna. So he saved his friends from the polluted Yamuna water by Kaliya. He saved Kaliya from Garuda. So many things he does just in one Leela. And then he shows himself as the perfect dancer in front of all the gopis who were there. So so many things he does in just one Leela. So let's speak about this chapter 6, Dhyan Yoga. So yoga of meditation, science of meditation. So when the science of meditation, meditation words comes into our mind, the first thing that comes into our mind is the meditation centers that are open all over the world these days. Of course, in India and everywhere, there is this yoga centers, science of meditation centers. And this science of meditation is called Ashtanga Yoga. To connect with God through meditation is called Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyan Yoga. So first of all, this chapter 6, why this was spoken? Because Krishna told Arjuna about Karma Yoga And at the request of Arjuna, Krishna told him that in order to follow the path of Karma Yoga, one has to know how to control his senses and the mind. So this is how you can follow the path of Karma Yoga, controlling mind and senses. And understanding why one is working. The final goal should be the love of Godhead. Whatever one should do for the happiness of the God. It is the sequence, practically, of the last chapter where we are left with when Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. And in this chapter, Krishna will speak most about the Dhyan Yoga. He will explain very, very thoroughly, very deeply about Dhyan Yoga, how it is and how it is not. So the thing is, we, in the end of the day, we all know that Bhakti Yoga is what we are aspiring for. And actually, you will see that through Arjuna, he will tell us that Ashtanga Yoga is not easy at all. So we should practically, that should be the focus of the class. You will see throughout this chapter 6, the things that Sri Krishna says, they're not easy to follow at all. Like it's not possible, literally. So let's see how it starts. We will go through some translations, and we will go. Anybody can unmute themselves and jump in. It's all good. I'm just learning still, so we'll all go together. Dhyan Yoga. Dhyan is not easy, especially in the world of today, with the so many distractions around, and as also especially with this technology. The only time this technology is good when we use it in Krishna service. Just see these phones around us, like this phone here. When we use it in Krishna service, it is good. Otherwise, it is such a waste of time. And we all know time is such an important factor in our life. Today, I am 41 years old, and maybe another 10, 20 years old or 30 years, then I will go away. The time is just ticking every minute. And what I said 10, 20, 30 years is what is the average life. But you never know. You might not go to next Sunday feast. What we know? We don't know about our life. So distractions our life is full of distractions. Sometime actually, I have to admit, when I am seeing YouTube, there is this things called shorts. We have our Bhakti Sangha shorts too, but sometimes these comedy shorts, I get myself just throwing that, and sometimes I waste like 10, 20 minutes seeing that, and then I actually feel bad, and I pray to Krishna, why this happening, Radharani? Why I'm seeing this? So there is not a easy way to get out of it. It's an addiction kind of seeing these things. So I was telling to my wife how to control this, and what we realized is that I have to limit to 5 minutes. Not stopping it right away, but 5 minutes. And then from 5 minutes, I should even understand why these 5 minutes too. Very difficult to get rid of these distractions, especially this phone and YouTube and whatnot. But we certainly can see Krishna Katha on that, and that's so beautiful. And then we realize, yes, we are listening to Amarinder Prabhu, and we are listening to so many other speakers speaking, and we can increase our love for Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. So, speaking of Dhyan, it's very, very difficult to not think about anything and just go in some place and do Dhyan. Very difficult. And later we'll see what Krishna is saying, how the meditation should be. So, and I was also thinking, let's say today I go to some place with the kusha grass and deer skin, what Krishna will explain later. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking of gulab jamun, and I'm thinking of rasgulla, and I'm thinking of cake that somebody must have made. Rather, in Bhakti Yoga, we enjoy that offering to Krishna. We offer it to Krishna, and then we enjoy it. Of course, we don't have to think, today I want to eat gulab jamun, so I offer to Shri Radha Madhav ji gulab jamun and I'll eat. No, our intention should be oh, how happy he will be to eating gulab jamun today. And then, yes, you offer gulab jamun and then you eat whatever you offer to Krishna. And we all know when the prasadam comes from the altar, especially like Mahaprasadam or anything comes from the altar, it is so tasty. We all have realized that. Sometime I'm from Punjab, but many times the devotees are from South India or from Gujarat, especially, and they make their own specialities. You're not familiar with those specialities. Sometimes if you have to eat outside, you won't like that. But when you have it from altar, so amazing because it's just touched by Krishna. So it tells us something that it's very difficult to do the meditation. In 6.4, Krishna says that one who has ability to enjoy, but he still does not, and employs his sources in Krishna and is not attached to the results of work. He's explaining about yogi. And if someone desires for sense gratification, one cannot become yogi. Krishna is very clear here. And to be bereft of sense gratification activities, it is a very far level. It's not easy to reach there, especially when we are in Grihastha ashram. It's very difficult to control our senses. It's very difficult. It's a long process. Sometimes you even have to involve your partner and tell, and talk about Krishna while these waves of sense gratification are there. But it's not easy. But with the mercy of Guru, we will see that we can control so many things. So 6.5, Krishna is explaining all about mind. And, I was thinking, mind, it's such a strong thing. Now, I am a very, very neophyte devotee, like a few years of chanting, less than a year of initiation. But I think real initiation is when you listen from heart what Srila Prabhupada has told you. Because sometimes we see some devotees, they are not happy with this process. And sometimes we see devotees leaving ISKCON, which is very unfortunate, very unfortunate. It's like unbelievable, like saying what Maharaj is giving me, what I have got from this Krishna consciousness chanting. What is the difference between me and somebody outside who is doing all the sense gratification activities and drinking and eating, and still he is living like me. But we don't understand that Guru has given you chanting of all these years. Just think deep about it one day sitting, how fortunate we are that in Kali Yuga, we are chanting from last 10, 12, 15 years. There are devotees here in this call. I can see who are chanting from years and decades. It's just so beautiful. If not for Srila Prabhupada, if not for our Shri Guru Maharaj, it was impossible. It was impossible to chant. And we would have wasted all these years. So it's all about mind, controlling mind and its thoughts is very difficult. But to speak about just the regular people, like I count myself as regular people, but we see sometime very like highly paid persons. For example, I was thinking of this pilot from German Wings a few years ago. He was under distress and he crashed his plane. I think about 150 people died. So how bad is that? What's all about? It's all about mind. His mind was not in control, and it's not a less paying job. It's not a hard job. It's not like he's lifting hard weights, and they're dressed well, they're paid well, they have so many services, but still look at the mind. Today, even word of today, people tell to their kids, oh, become a pilot, become a doctor, because these are highly paid jobs. But you can understand, even at those kinds of job, people do those kind of strange activities. And we see general killings. And what to speak about killings in America? It's unbelievable. It's sad. Every month, if not every couple of months, you listen to a shooting in the school where small kids have been shooted. It's unbelievable. It's just the mind. It's just the mind is not under control. So many fights are going on. Mind is such a subtle thing, very subtle thing. And we have understood from Bhagavad Gita that subtler the thing is, stronger the effect is. So we should understand that we have to control our mind somehow. And Krishna in verse 5 and 6 saying that the mind is the best friend and the best enemy. And now you can understand, we said subtle the thing is, stronger the thing is, and how bad it is to live with a very subtle, strong thing, which is our mind and which is in our body and which is controlling us. Unbelievable to just even imagining this, that mind is controlling us sometime, and he's the worst of our enemies. It is unbelievable. It is like wow. And we have seen when we were not devotees, we have seen if we go in past in our life, dig a little bit and dip a little bit in the activities we have done, we should think, oh, thanks to Krishna, thanks to Srila Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, holded our hand and just gave us this feedback to chant, and gave us devotee association, gave us so many beautiful temples where we can go and sit and talk to the deities, because they are the real friends actually. So from verse 1 to 10, the activities of mind are explained in the chapter 6, and verse 5 and 6, as I earlier said, that mind, Krishna says mind is the best friend and mind is the worst enemy too. And we gave examples how a pilot can do that, or we have so many examples of killings and bad things going around the world, and that is because of the mind. So we can understand that using this best friend, we can be delivered too. And if he wants, this precious life can go in vain. This is very important to understand. And it's our hand if we are going to listen to the mind, or going to listen to Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. The only way to be happy and to go back to Godhead is to listen to Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, not the mind. 6.8, there is a beautiful translation in 6.8. It says, a person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones, or gold, as the same. And who can be the best example in this verse more than our own Srila Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada, wherever he was preaching about Krishna. Just concentrate on these last words. He sees pebbles, stones, or gold as the same. Today, if somebody has to give me a pebble or a piece of gold, I'll probably be more astonished about the gold piece. But our Srila Prabhupada, whether he was in Delhi while being hit by a bull, while getting the heat strokes, whether he was going around to preach, even though such a scholarly person, such a scholarly sadhu, he was going around house by house to preach, or he was in a ship, in a cargo ship, not on a passenger ship where we can, today we go in business class, in first class. No, Srila Prabhupada traveled in a cargo ship. Or in America, when once he was established, he was traveling in beautiful cars, traveling in airplanes. Wherever he was, he always preached Krishna. There is no point when Srila Prabhupada did not preach about Krishna. So for him, pebbles or stone or gold, same. This is what Srila Prabhupada's position was actually. So I love that 6.8, pebbles or gold. And then in this chapter, from 11 to 32 verse, Krishna explains more about Ashtanga Yoga. It's a very detailed explanation, which I don't think we need to go deeper into, but we can just take a few verses from which actually we can understand that it sounds pretty difficult too. And then, of course, on the top, we have the mind, which is controlling us, how difficult it can be. So Krishna explains how we can control the mind by like severe penances, like sitting straight, breathing in a certain way, concentrating on certain points, regulating our eating habits. And one has to sit on a kushagrash, on a deer skin. Um, Seems pretty difficult. A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with the Supreme. He should live alone in a secluded place, and he should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feeling of possessiveness. He should go and lay kusha grass with a deer skin and a soft cloth. He should neither be too high, neither too low, situated in a sacred place, and then sit on it firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, activities, and fixing the mind on one point. It is so difficult to fix the mind. Even today, I can say sometimes I have to admit I can do good chanting, because saying I cannot do good chanting, it's like it's not good. It's like saying that we cannot do good chanting. We can do good chanting, but not always, honestly speaking. I feel I can do good chanting in association. I feel I can do good chanting in when I'm in actually temple in ISKCON with Shri Radha Madhavji, when I'm there. But most of the time, I can give you example. I was, it's a very old example, but I still remember all the time, and I will never forget it. I was in my puja room. So puja room is a sacred place. You're not in your basement or wherever. You're in a puja room. So I was in my puja room. There are deities in the front, and there is Tulsi Maharani in the front. And I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I opened my eyes and I'm looking at the deities. I'm looking at the Tulsi Maharani. And then Tulsi Maharani was in a plastic pot. And then out of nowhere, my mind is thinking, oh, this plastic pot, this is made in China for sure, because China is making everything. And then at that time, there was a news that China is trying to go to Mars. Oh, now that China actually is having their space program at the very high peak, and they're trying to go to Mars. And I'm thinking of Mars. And I must have done probably 1 or 2 rounds thinking, oh, Mars, now they are fighting for Mars. And then I'm thinking, oh, Krishna, this mind is crazy. They have maybe worked 20 years to reach Mars, and I'm sitting in my own puja room, and I have reached Mars in like 1 minute. So this is what our mind is, how difficult to control that mind. And we are talking about puja room, and we are talking about chanting while we are supposed to think about Krishna and to meditate on his pastimes and meditate on our Guru Maharaj and about his words. But no, it's impossible. He says one should hold one's body, neck. Even right now, my neck is not straight. What about that time? So it's very difficult to do all these things, and it is a long process where Krishna is explaining. Practically, Krishna is telling us that our process that Srila Prabhupada gave us is the best process. Now, this text 19, this is beautiful. Text 19 is something that touches my heart all the time. So it says, as a lamp in windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist, whose mind is controlled, remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. Hare Krishna. If I was there, I would have asked this to Krishna. But let's see. So now Krishna is explaining about a lamp in a windless place. And anybody of us can put a lamp in a windless place, and we will see that it does not waver actually, because there is no wind. But is our life that easy about that lamp? No, nobody's life is that easy. So our life is not like a windless place lamp. Our life is very hard, full of hardships. Most of you are senior devotees. You have been through so many things in the life. So Having a lamp in a windless place without waving, we can understand. But having a lamp where we are is like in the middle of storms. How to be steady in those conditions? And for example, last time I think I gave the same example. If somebody has to tell us to run fast or to just go out in a wind, how much wind we can control? Maybe 50 kilometers per hour, 70 kilometers per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, we'll be like flying away. But if we all realize we all fly to India sometime, all of us over the call, or we fly somewhere, and when the aeroplane flies, it is at the speed of about 900 kilometers per hour. But we are sitting in there easily. We are watching sometime movies. We are chit-chatting with our family members. We are very happy, sitting happily. So what happens? That keeps us that steady while we are traveling at 900 or 1000 kilometers per hour. This shield, this outer covering of aeroplane. So in a devotee life, this shield is satsang. This shield is sadhu sangha. This shield is association of devotees right now. This shield is our kirtan. This shield is Srila Prabhupada books. This shield is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is what our shield is. And this is where a devotee life will not move in the midst of storms and in the fast winds. I was thinking, and I was actually Googling what is the fastest plane. The fastest plane on the earth is actually America's X-15. It reached 7,000 kilometers per hour. It's unbelievable. But this is what I was thinking, that in the midst of when we are trying to fight with the anarthas, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, this is what happens. This is what helps. Our books helps us. Our pastimes of our Guru Maharaj, pastime of our great devotees, they help us. Yes, Srila Prabhupada's pastime help us. So this is the verse I love, verse 19. And Krishna says, practicing this, one can raise from material platform. Certainly one can raise from material platform practicing any yoga, anything to when we try to get God. Certainly, we should not think that we should not be proud, let's say, of this, that okay, I am doing bhakti yoga and you're doing dhyana yoga, or you're doing jnana yoga, so I am superior. No, we should not be proud of that. Certainly we should be happy and enjoy this process that Srila Prabhupada gave us, because this is the most superior process. But anyone who is thinking of Krishna, even they are doing it through dhyana yoga or jnana yoga, at least they are in a good position. At least they are in a good mode, mode of goodness. They're not doing at least bad things like other people. So we should not try to have this proud in ourselves. Okay, we are superior. No, we should always be humble. Dasa anudasa, and all the credit goes to Srila Prabhupada that he gave us this beautiful parampara. And in after explaining everything, so we are not going through all the verses of what Krishna explained, how a yogi is. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga and determination in faith and not be deviated from the path. And one should control all the senses on the sides by the mind. And so many difficult things seems like without help of God, only with dhyan, it seems so difficult. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Yes, certainly some things should be done. But in the end, Krishna says, he is a perfect yogi who by comparison to his own self sees the true equality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjuna. So in verse 33 and 34, Arjuna, after listening all this, what says? Arjuna says, let's read his verses 33 and 34. Arjuna said, O Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me. Impractical, this words of Arjuna. For this mind is restless and unsteady. 34. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think it is more difficult than controlling the wind. Hare Krishna. And this is coming from Arjun. And what to speak about us? We are nothing in compare to Arjun. And controlling mind is very difficult. We all know that. Who knows better than devotees who chant? Chanting 16 rounds is like, we are coming to 16 round. We're like, oh, thanks Krishna, it's 16th round today. Because we promised our Guru Maharaj we will do 16 rounds. Coming to this, I certainly have to glorify my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. See how merciful these personalities are. Guru Maharaj is. Guru Maharaj says at the time of initiation, Guru Maharaj says to chant on every Ekadashi 25 rounds. Now, what happens? What changes in Guru Maharaj's life if we keep chanting 16 rounds? Nothing, right? But just think deeply of it. Sit one day and think what Guru Maharaj is giving us. Guru Maharaj knows Ekadashi is such a powerful day and we are supposed to chant more, stay more with Krishna. That is the only reason he is giving us to do 25 rounds. Otherwise, he has no other purpose. He is not gaining anything from us doing 25 rounds, but he just wants us to advance in Krishna consciousness. That's why Guru Maharaj is asking us to do 24 rounds. And that's beautiful. That's what I was saying earlier. If not for Guru Maharaj, we will be lost. So thinking what I have got in last 10, 15 years, we have got so much chanting in last 10, 15 years. That's what we got from Guru Maharaj. That's a service. So let's come back to Arjuna. Let's come back to Arjun. So we see, and this is coming from Arjun, that it is, let's read those two words again. I love that. Impractical and undurable, Arjuna says. And who is Arjuna? Is he anyone just fighting and Krishna speaking to him for 45 minutes? No, he's son of Indra. Arjuna is saying that, who is son of Indra. And reincarnation of Narayan, when they were back and they killed Sahasra Kavach, Arjuna was a Nar. And then he came back as Arjuna, and Krishna, Narayan came back as Krishna to kill again Karna. Of course, when Krishna does one activities, he does 1,000 activities. He has so many pictures in his mind. We just see one picture, but he has 1,000 pictures at one time. So Arjuna was the one who was able to meditate for 1,000 years. If you, most of us know the story of pastime of Sahasra Kavach. So Sahasra Kavach was supposed to be killed by only person who can meditate for 1,000 years. So Arjuna was the one who was meditating for 1,000 years, and he is hesitating right now on this small verses from 6.10 to 30. In 20 verses, he's hesitating already. He's saying it's impossible. So what to speak about us? You can understand how difficult it is, because sometimes we think, oh, I can do that. Or sometimes people can think, oh, it is easy. But just make a comparison and we all will realize it's literally impossible. So verse 35 is a very important verse. Let's read verse 35. Lord Shri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Very important verse. So what is this practice and this detachment? Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyecha grihate. So this practice is the practice what our Guru Maharaj told us to do at the time of initiation, which is chanting 16 rounds of Mahamantra. That is the practice. That is the practice. There's no other practice, dear devotees. We see in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful case that always helps me. We see Ajamil, and when Ajamil saw this prostitute, Ajamil knew it was wrong. He was a learned scholar. He knew it was wrong. But at that time, what Ajamil did was he tried to think of what he did. He tried to think that he's a Brahmana. He tried to think this. He tried to think that. What happened to him? He fell down. And on the other side, our Srila Haridas Thakur, when the prostitute came, Srila Haridas Thakur did not think. Srila Haridas Thakur chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this case study tells us very clearly that what we need to practice is chanting, not of our strengths. We need to understand that chanting is the process that can save us only. So this abhyasena is chanting, and then vairagya and the detachment. And the detachment is what is given by our Srila Prabhupada, the 4 regulative principles. That is the detachment. If we just follow that, and of course, any immoral and unethical circumstances, we should save from. Most of the time, we know what is right and what is wrong without jumping into the shastras. If we are outside on the road and we are making a U-turn where it's not supposed to, of course, it's by law. We can't do that. We don't need to go and see shastra for that. But the 4 regulative principles, that's vairagya. We have to try and abstain from that, and practice is just chanting Mahamantra, because that is the only thing that will give us strength. There is no other thing that can give us strength. So 37, there is another beautiful question. This is such a beautiful thing to learn from Arjuna. He's explaining us that when we are not sure, we should ask questions. And that's all about Srimad Bhagavatam, and all about classes that are being given by great devotees like Amarendra Prabhu or Amoglila Prabhuji, or so many Guru Maharajas, where you can learn so many things and you can ask questions. You can ask, ask for your doubts. Certainly, our mood should be very submissive when we ask question from any speaker. Especially, we should not try to, test any speaker. Our question should be very sincere. Srila Prabhupada, I love this line of Srila Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Prabhupada says, your level of bhakti increases when you are submissive. More you are submissive, more you will increase in your devotional service. Such a beautiful and strong statement. Okay. 37. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist, who in the beginning takes the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and does not attain perfection in mysticism?" Such a beautiful question. This question actually, is for many devotees, for many of us who will do bhakti for a little while, and then for some reason they leave. And ISKCON is full of examples of that. There is nothing to be shy about that. But how unfortunate is that? How unfortunate is that? And it's unbelievable. Like, I hope in my life, even if I have to lose somebody who is very dear to me, or lose my own limbs, I don't have to come to that point where I can blame Krishna and say, oh, it's because of you. No, we all know it is our own karma. We all know it's our own karma. What is that beautiful verse? I'm forgetting it now, but yeah. So in Tattenu kampasu samikshmano bhunjane vatmakritam vipakam pridbhago purvir viditan namaste jiveta yo mukti pade sadhyavak. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Such a beautiful verse. Every time I have problems in my life, every single time, and every small problem, like I bug Krishna for what tiny problems, and then I say, oh Krishna, you know what? This is all due to my own karma. There is nothing that Krishna has to do with it. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that verse. And then it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Bhagavatam gives us so many answers. And then samashrita ye padapala plavam mahat padam punya yasho murare. Our problems are actually became very small. We don't realize it. If we see around, there are people in so many big problems, and we get a small issue and we try to blame Krishna, which is not right. And then Krishna answers this in this verse 40 very nicely. Krishna says, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. So actually, this is second time Krishna saying this, because in Krishna, in chapter 2nd, has already told that. He said, Neha Bikramanaashosti Pratyavayana Vidyate. And why Krishna is smiling here too? Krishna smiles and answers. Because Krishna thinking, wow, Arjuna is such a good devotee. He is, through him, he is giving all of us assurance again that Krishna is saying that there is no loss in this thing. Just one time saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I chanted the whole mantra. Just one time saying Krishna will just clear all of our sins. Just be sure of that, devotees. Once time, if you just going on the road and once say Krishna, that means he's pure right away. This is how strong power of name is. Name is so stronger. So even a small moment can save us from the biggest troubles. So Arjuna is actually asking for all of us. And Krishna second time has confirmed this in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna then in the chapter 4, in the text 41 and 42, he explains how that one who does little bhajan will go to the heavenly planets and then come back and take birth in rich and aristocratic family. And then one who has done bhajan for a longer time will take birth in a Vaishnava family. So this is very important too. We all should actually be thanking God that we at least are in a position that where we are not thinking of getting bread to our kids tomorrow morning. No, we are in a good position. So we should be thanking that for Krishna every day. Oh Krishna, thanks that, because we all can understand practically how difficult it is to do bhakti a few hours a day if you are just trying to gain bread for your kids. It's literally impossible. You will be like, okay, I can chant maybe for one muhurata, one ghadi or whatever, for a few minutes, but I cannot dedicate more time to Krishna, reading books of Srila Prabhupada, chanting so many times. It's literally impossible. One should come to that stage, but how difficult that is, seeing practically. I will be very honest, like I thank Krishna. I am in a position where, okay, I can be very easy, but not everybody is. There are people around the world in the third countries, India, even here, sometime, because of some bad habits, they go into some debts, and it's very difficult to come out of it, and very difficult to chant Krishna. So our little bhajan will bring us back to the birth in aristocratic family, and bhajan for a longer time can just bring us to a Vaishnava family. What a blessing that will be. I would have loved to be in a Vaishnava family, because I think I wasted 35 years of my life because I had no knowledge of this process. So, this brings me to a beautiful story of Mirabai that I love. Actually, I broke the suspense saying Mirabai, but let's listen to this small, beautiful story. It is of Braj Leela. When Krishna was very small, he was wandering around the house of all the gopis, and once there was this newly married gopi in Vrindavan, and when she came to the house, her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law, usually mother-in-law and bahu, they're not in a very good usually not everyone's case. And her mother-in-law, said her that there is this small magician boy in our Vrindavan, and you have to pay very much attention. You should not see him, and you should not show your face to him. And she said, okay. And her mother-in-law and sister-in-law both were like very strict and strong while saying this. And the life goes on. And one day, of course, Krishna jumped into their courtyard, and when Krishna came, the sister-in-law right away, she hit her bhabi, and she said, this is the guy we were talking about. Now you don't have to see him, and you don't have to show your face to him too. And she said, okay. And she covered her face, tightly. She puts her sari right tightly. And Krishna is 6-7 years old. And he goes to the Gopi. Oh, Gopi, I never see you. You are new in this Vrindavan. Oh, Gopi, show me your face. And he's, with his totally voice, he's trying to see her face. And she's no, because she's so afraid of her sister-in-law and her mother-in-law. And Krishna stays there for like 1 hour, bugging her, show me your face, please. I want to show your face. How unfortunate that Gopi is. She's not showing her face to Krishna. And Krishna, after some time, he get a noise and he says, I take a vow. You don't want to show me your face? I won't see your face. And I won't show you my face. Remember that. And he goes away. And the life goes on. And after some time, Indra attacks Vrindavan. And our Girivardhari takes the Govardhan Parvat on his little finger. And he's standing there. And all the Vrindavan Vasis are there because it's raining heavily outside. And in all these Vrindavan Vasis, there is this Gopi too. The unfortunate Gopi who was not able to see Krishna. But in all that hustle that they were running there with their cows and whatnot, somebody hits this Gopi by mistake and her pallu goes away, her sari goes away, and she sees Krishna. And she's unable to take her face away from him. Such a beautiful face, so beautiful eyes. Baraha pidam natvaravapu karneo karnikaram. And she's watching, and Krishna watches her, and Krishna realized this is the same Gopi that was not allowing him to see her face. And she turns. And the Gopi goes on the other side because now she wants to see Krishna. And he turns again. And then the Gopi goes other side. And he turns again. And the Krishna sees up. And Krishna tells her that I don't want to show you my face. I took that vow. And Gopi cries for 7 days. From day 1 to day 7, Gopi cries. And then Krishna comes to her. And Krishna says, okay, you have cried so much. You won't get me in this life because you didn't want to see me. You didn't show me your face. But I promise you will come back in Kali Yuga and you will get me. And that's when the Mirabai came. But even the Mirabai dear devotees did not get Krishna right away. Mirabai got the Guru, and through Guru, Mirabai got Krishna. So that's another lesson that without Guru, there is nothing. More man Prabhu vas viswasa, Ramate adik Ram ka dasa. Without Guru, you can't get Ram. Guru is very important. So without Guru, we can't get Krishna. It is as simple as that. So in the end, the Krishna says to be a yogi. And what Krishna says, yogi is always who is connected to Krishna through love, through loving service. And that is Bhakti Yoga, because Karma Yoga was working for Krishna. Dhyana Yoga is by meditation. Knowing Krishna by Gyan Marg is also another yoga, but Bhakti Yoga is the essence which Srila Prabhupada gave us. So then from chapter 7 to 12, Bhakti Yoga will be explained very nicely by Shri Krishna, and of course, our very dear speakers who are way more in Bhakti than I am will explain nicely this yoga. So it is very difficult to love Krishna, right? But we, I think, are in a very good time. I think we all, as I said earlier, we are very fortunate actually. But if we see the history, whoever really got Krishna had got through troubles. I was making some points. We got the point of Prahlad Maharaj. Why we know Prahlad Maharaj is just because of the troubles he got from his father. Otherwise, there was no reason to know Prahlad Maharaj. He was like any other devotee who would have, prayed, and then we wouldn't talking about his glories. Why? Because he went through so many hardships. Holika, under the elephants, in the snake pits, and whatnot. This is Prahlad Maharaj. And then we see the Gajendra. For 1,000 years, he was being chewed by an elephant. So much pain. Family members left and whatnot. And then we see Sudama. Virakta Indriyartheshu Prashantatma Jitendriya. So many hardships. but he got Krishna. So many hardships. At the end, there was a day when Sudama's wife sent Sudama to Krishna saying that we cannot feed tulsi dal and water to our kids. This is what their position was, dear devotees. So many hardships. And then we see Shabri for 90 years preparing every day for Sri Ram coming, every day. We will be bored in maybe one week, 1 month max. We will say, oh, Ram is not coming. When he'll come, I am good enough to prepare everything right away. But 90 years, such a hardship. Draupadi Maharani. Why today, if somebody has to ask you, tell me one thing about Draupadi Maharani, one of the episodes you're related to, just because of the Chirharan. So many difficulties everybody has went through. Pandavas, why? Just difficulties. Being killed in Lakshagraha, left their own kingdom, went out for years. It's unbelievable. And Srila Prabhupada, how many difficulties Srila Prabhupada. Whenever we speak about Srila Prabhupada, what we speak is Jaladuta. What we speak is heart attacks on the ship. What we speak is not eating for 12 days unless Captain Pandya bring him the cooker. What we speak is being threatened in New York. Knows no one, and he's there to preach. All about hardship. Mirabai, nobody would have known Mirabai if Vikram, his husband, is not troubling her. So troubles should be there, and we should be accepting those troubles and still be performing our bhakti, and then we will certainly get Krishna. And how we will get Krishna, we all know, is through chanting. This process of chanting has been glorified in all religions, even Sikhs in Guru Bani. For them, they chant the name. Muslims chant the name. Everybody chants the name. And this is the process being given to us. We are very lucky to have Srila Prabhupada in our life. We are very lucky to be connected with ISKCON. I think there is no more fortune than being with all of you devotees and this process. Thank you so much. I think it's exactly 10 o'clock and I finished at 10 o'clock. I'm glad. So thank you, dear devotees, for listening to somebody like me. Not worth listening, but it was a service. So service has to be performed for the pleasure of Guru Maharaj and pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. If I made any mistake, certainly many mistakes are there. So please forgive me. Those are coming from me, not from our parampara. Because I am imperfect, the mistakes should be there. So Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam.
Jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So beautiful class. A very practical class, Prabhuji. I really loved how you went from you were just capturing the important verses in this chapter. 6th chapter is a very tough chapter. Very tough chapter. Yeah, I've never understood it properly. But you picked up all the nice verses, which is just related to bhakti, and you kept moving up. I really loved your where you said you were looking at the Tulsi pot, plastic, from there to China, from there to Mars. Yes, that's my condition too. Every day.
All of us, Mataji, all of us.
I think I can shut my eyes and then focus better, but then the mind runs faster with eyes closed. So very nice, Praveen. I loved how you
Sleep also,
compared.
Mataji. If you close your eyes, we'll sleep also.
Sleep, yes.
True. There was a point I was thinking too, when Krishna says you go in a secluded place and close your eyes. I'm like, perfect. That's the best place for sleeping.
No. I loved how you compared Ajamil and Haridas Thakur, Prabhuji. That had never crossed my mind till today.
Mataji, there is so many things in and our shastras. Of course, this is all I listened in that various classes. Another thing about Guru, Mataji, I was going to speak and then I forgot. Thanks for bringing up that point. When we do the comparison, in chapter 1 we see Srila Vyasadeva is despondent and he is feeling so low and he does not know what to do. And what happens? His Guru Maharaj comes, Srila Narada Muni, and Narada Muni came and he instructed him, and what we got is Srimad Bhagavatam. Such a beautiful literature, such a beautiful thing. And for thousands of years we can relish this. And in Canto 2 we see Siddhartha, who is Buddha. He did not take shelter of Guru. He thought he could do everything by himself, and he went under a tree, and what came out is voidism. He said everything is void, and nothing really exists, and this is your last life, and Vedas are written by the human being. So this is importance of guru. Having guru in our life is so important. So thanks for bringing up that point, Mataji.
Beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you. And one more thing was, you said we should be thankful for the material condition we are in. Like, that is so true, Prabhu. I always think if I was not in this, I'm a homemaker, housewife, whatever. And if I was not given such a comfortable position by Krishna, I don't know how far I would have even practiced anything. I'm not practicing much, but whatever little I'm trying to do. Very true, Prabhu, because we are not there to say whatever comes, let it be. I don't know. I'm not there. So yes, Prabhu, it was very nice. When you put that point, it got me thinking. A very, very nice class, Prabhu. I can see Mataji is waiting. So thank you so much, Prabhu. You should give more classes. Very nice to hear from you. And Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Chinami Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Balabhadra, Krpa, Prabhu. What a pleasure to hear from you, flowing with realizations and real life instances. It was very interesting. As you were talking, I mean, you made us think a lot about so many things in our life, like you did, and something you mentioned about Karna also, right? Like, see, Karna was that Sahasra Kavach, but Arjuna, he was the one who had meditated for so many years to kill, that Naranarayan pastime. He would go into meditation, and then he would come back. But the same Arjuna is telling now it is very, very difficult to meditate. I mean, I was just thinking through it. Yes, this is what Bhagavad Gita is so deep. Even great personalities like Arjuna also, they are having trouble. Then what to talk about us? So nice, Prabhu. I think all the stories you mentioned, everything was so relatable. You should give more Bhagavatam classes in the morning, Prabhu. It was really beautiful.
Bless me, Mataji. I am nothing in front of you. I know you know all these pastimes. I know you know all these stories. I know you can speak and you can instruct me on this class too. I know that too. So coming from you, I feel blessed, and just bless me so I can do my bhajan, Mataji, because that is very important. Certainly, giving classes is giving pleasure to Guru Maharaj, and preaching is good. But yeah, I think I need more and more bhajan still, I think. So please bless me, Mataji, because you are at such a level that I can just ask blessings from you. Hare Krishna.
Nobody, but I'm very happy to have your association, Prabhu. It uplifts our consciousness. Thank you for being a part of our life today. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Prabhu, I am doing your your service today, Prabhu.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare
You should do
Krishna.
often, Mataji. You should do often. You do very nice service. I am not that good at that.
Oh.
Hare Krishna, Balabhadra, Krpa, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. A very, very beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much for such a simple class. You were talking initially, you were telling, I don't know anything, I didn't prepare, but your class was very simple. Sixth chapter, you made us understand very clear, and in between you are again and again stressing on that this is not important for a devotee. For a devotee is important is Bhakti Yoga and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and it's impractical to do all of this. You're again and again stressing on that point. Yes, it's so difficult for all of us, this whatever the sixth chapter Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. Yeah, very, very nice class, Prabhu. I really like every point. And especially at the end, you are telling how the devotees who went to the hardship are glorified. I mean, glorified, and their glories came out, and we are reading about it, and we are getting our encouragement like every day. We are not going through that kind of hardship. But then in Kali Yuga, even a small thing also troubles me a lot, and I think, oh, I am only facing the biggest problem. Nobody else is facing. Oh, I am only having all the problems. But by seeing these examples, it will give us more encouragement in bhakti. It's okay. Krishna is always there. Our main goal is to surrender to Krishna, fall at his feet, catch hold his feet, and cry. That's it. He will take care. So that thank you so much for highlighting about the hard struggles for the devotees, especially even Srila Prabhupada, who gave us Krishna. He also went through so many hard struggles. Thank you, Prabhu, for such a very, very beautiful class. And even I like the example of that sitting in the puja room, still our mind is diverted. That is so true. That is our fallen condition. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for being with us. Actually, thank you for being with Bhakti Sangha, honestly speaking, because I think if I can get just 1% of what you have, I think I can go back to Godhead, because you do so much. That my japa being diverted to you, and you get more and more energy, Mataji, because you are the backbone of this group. So please, please bless me, and please stay with us always, Mataji. And certainly, yes, Mataji, I was feeling a little shy coming without any PPTs. And when I see the last classes, because I went through a few, and I'm like, oh, these Matajis are so highly, qualified. They are coming with these PPTs, nice PPTs, explain, and there are so many ladders. I see other day Sita Priti Mataji was there, and her PPTs were looking like somebody told they were looking like a prashadam plate. There were like so many things on it. So I'm like, my prashadam plate is empty here. So thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you for tolerating me for 1 hour. Hare Krishna.
Oh, very, very beautiful class. And you are talking about shorts in Bhakti Sangha. We'll be seeing more. Prabhu, please pray
Oh,
that
Hari
we can get
Bol.
time to make it. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Sukar Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Balabhadra Prabhu. It was so wonderful. And after you got initiated, you got the name Balabhadra Krpa. That is Balramji's Krpa. And Balramji is Adi Guru. So his Krpa has come. So now you'll be preaching so much. I like your character. You have such a wonderful smiling face, always humility, and you make others also motivate. So you are one of the best example as a devotee how to, make everyone happy. And you did it so wonderful. So don't see PPT and all. Your face is the PPT. When we see you, that's the PPT.
Oh,
So,
Prabhuji.
You have a long time to do so good preachings, and my prayers are always for you. You are a wonderful, wonderful devotee. No one will leave you at all. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Just please bless me, Prabhuji. You are more than, you are at my father's age, but you are more a friend to me. You know that, right? So I joke with you always as a friend. So don't take it as offense, Prabhu, and never. What is that beautiful word? Sakheti matva prasavam yaduktam. Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Sakheti, ajanata mahimatam navedam, maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Oh, Prabhuji, it's like that position. You are very high devotee, but I just love to joke with you, Prabhu. So forgive me if I do anything, I say anything stupid, Prabhu. Just bless me, Prabhuji.
No high and low, Prabhu. We are all Atmas. So we don't have any age. I'm 65. But I've taken it I'm 16-year-old only because
you are,
it is no
Prabhu. You
wrong.
are such a sweet devotee, Prabhu. Very sweet, Prabhu. Stay with us, Prabhu.
So I really love you so much. Definitely. Radha Krishna Matir Asti.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Prabhu. Induleka Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's such a delight to hear your class, Prabhuji. I always wonder, at the end of Srimad Bhagavatam class, you will give a very wonderful summary, and you have your own reflections to share and add to it. So I'm very glad that you took this opportunity to present this Bhagavad Gita chapter in a very unique way, in your own style. I love that flavor. Definitely you were talking about how you were sad that you don't have PPTs. And Sukhakar Prabhu said, it's always wonderful to see you rather than the PPT. And Prabhuji, honestly, I always prepare a PPT because I don't like to have my face on the screen. So I hide behind that. But thank you for this class. So many wonderful points and so many wonderful realizations. I like the story of Mirabai. I did not know that. Thank you so much for sharing. And also how you were talking about, reducing your YouTube time, screen time. That was a good tip for all of us. I mean, it was me, definitely. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. I liked all your reflections and I love the comparison. Stop thinking, just chant. When we are chanting, then that's, and then we are not going to go wrong. So thank you for bringing in Haridas Thakur. And I love that your mood of constantly, remembering Srila Prabhupada every single time. Your favorite example is always Srila Prabhupada, and you quoted so many verses very nicely. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please keep giving class.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, I have to be very honest. When first time our Preeti Vilasini Mataji, I think, put in our Bhakti Sangha group that there are places in thing, I was thinking we have to recite it. So I went there and I put Balabhadra Kripa. and then
Yes,
I was being
Prabhuji.
treated by a devotee because then in another group, there is another group, I don't remember now the name of the group. And then I see that Preeti Mataji is writing, "Oh, devotees, please pay attention. This is not a recitation. This is a summary of a class." And I'm like, "Oh, Krishna, really?" And then I asked her, I confirmed with her. I said, "Mataji, is this a summary of class?" She said, "Yes, that's like, okay, now I can't back up. So that's what happened, Mataji. I was thinking I have to just recite it, but no, this is a summary of class.
Very soon we will have that. On the 22nd itself, we'll do a recitation. Please join and sign up for that, Prabhuji. But this was a good trick. I really appreciate Mataji for doing it this way.
It's a very good
Hare
trick.
Krishna.
This is a very good trick. Hari bol, Hari bol.
A couple of others got cheated too, and they signed up, and now they can't go back on their word.
Who was that, Mataji?
There's also Revati Mataji. She signed up.
And Sita Priti Mataji
Yeah,
also.
Priti also.
Actually, almost she got confused. But at the
I
end,
know.
while she's writing the name, she
Yeah,
came
Sita
to know
Priti.
that she not.
She's right here.
Yes. I
Sita
messaged
Priti
her. I messaged Preeti Vilasini Mataji that I said I'm so bad in the verses. I'll have to first prepare myself. And she said, "Oh no, it's not recitation. It's summary." Then I said, "Then I'm not doing it." You all are already there into it. And she said, "No, you can do it." And there was like only hardly 2 chapters. I think the 5th and the 6th was, 5th and 6th was remaining, I guess. Otherwise, everything was taken up.
Yes, and I took the last one, 6th one. And Mataji, your class was so amazing. Actually, seeing your PPTs, I went to depression. I'm like, what I'm going to do
Those
here?
are not my PPT,
So
Prabhu.
elevated.
You know what? Like preparing the classes, listening to all the classes, I thought at the end moment I'll make the PPT, but then I just did not have time to make it. And then I asked Mataji, and same like what Indu Mataji said, I cannot just have my face on the screen. I just need a PPT to hide myself. So, so I said, like, let me take up a PPT. And then Mataji was very kind enough. She shared Indulika Mataji's PPT. Because from the PPT, it was like, I didn't know that flow. I went on my flow, and wherever those PPT came, I scrolled over there. Because when it's your PPT, you know exactly what you're speaking in which PPT, right? So then, it just went on. And wonderful class, Prabhu. Like, really, like the way you're relating it to everything, it's many things new also came it up. And again, the main essence is like chanting. That's the only thing which is which is our savior over here. And thanks again for bringing that up. And that one thing from Mirabai's story is like, like just what our scripture says, right? Like whatever you do, that endeavor is not lost. And Krishna will always keep his promise. So whether you're seeing Krishna or Krishna is seeing you, that matters a lot. Krishna seeing you matters so much. And if you want him to see you, he will keep up his word and give us that opportunity, maybe in this life or next life. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And it's really wonderfully you presented the class. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Thank you for your class. It was a beautiful class. And you and Indulekha Mataji, your mothers, your gopis. You should your faces. What about your face? Yeah, it's a motherly face. So you should show your motherly face. That's affection from you too. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Vrindaga,
Prabhuji, for the recital, you can come every day and recite 15 days before the 15 minutes before the class.
I will later send you emoji. I will later send you emoji in the group. Hari Bol.
Vrindagopika Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear Balram, Ji Balram Prabhu, Koti Koti Danvat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Gopinath ki jai. Yes, Prabhuji is sitting in front of Srimati Shishi Tulsi Maharani. Our minds go, I don't know where. And yes, Prabhuji, when we are doing japa in the association of Vaishnava, that quality is total different. So grateful to Bhakti Sangha, all teachers and all Matajis, Prabhuji. When hearing Krishna Krishna, उसकी डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट आती है जपा पे. एक टीचर्स कितनी मेहनत करते हैं प्रभु जी. We should, especially I have seen yesterday Srila Gurudev Vyas Puja, Jai Pataka, first Adi Gadar will be offered to Jai Pataka Maharaj Vyas Puja flower offering kiya, और फिर Radhanath Maharaj, and then offering of all newcomer Vaishnava. Prabhuji, it's touched to heart. And I just hear that lecture, Jagannathpur Rath Yatra, first day lecture of Radhanath Maharaj, 10,000 Vaishnava are there. That when more and more obstacles and more difficulties came in our life, we become a sincere in bhakti. Kabhi sarir se aati hai, kabhi Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, and one thing touched to heart, Prabhuji, yesterday, that Bacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. तो उन्होंने जो ये श्लोका है उसको डेली डे टू डे लाइफ में अप्लाई किया कि हाउ वी हैव टू बिहेव विद द अदर वैष्णवा, एंड not only hurt by beating them, but sometimes not only hurt by words, because we don't know what level they are in bhakti. So Prabhuji, so अरे आप जो हंसते हंसते सुबह में सबका, my daughter also come to see you. Yes, Prabhuji, both daughter are coming regularly up to 11th grade, 12th grade, and somehow not coming 5-6 year regularly. Only festival day coming, and by Gopinath mercy, Prabhuji, they started regular coming in the temple. So, and hearing Krishna Katha, preparing prasad, salad prasad, and प्रभुजी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम टू योर सिंसियर सेवा. बहुत ही प्रैक्टिकल क्लास था, और पीपीटी इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, योर फेस इज पीपीटी. जय प्रभु, हरि हरि गौरांगा, लव यू. जय जय नित्यानंद, जय जय गौरांगा. सो सिंसियरली, so humbly from bottom of the heart you explained today's class. I know Prabhuji, it is little hard, but बहुत easily आपने उसको समझा दिया आज. और प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में कैसे हम बिहेव करें अदर वैष्णव के साथ. और प्रभु जी, नए वैष्णव के पास भी बहुत कुछ सीखना होता है प्रभु जी. सो वी ऑल आर लर्नर वैष्णवा. दैट मच आई लर्न फ्रॉम यू एंड ऑल भक्ति संघा टीचर. कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम बेटा टू योर सिंसियर सेवा. Pray for my 2 daughters that they also come regular in the temple by Gopinath mercy.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. You bless me, Mataji, and pray for me, Mataji. You're such a sincere devotee. It's so nice to listen to you always, Mataji. Please bless me, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please bless. Hare Krishna.
Please pray for me and bless for me. Hari Hari Gauranga Danvat. This is Radhanath Maharaj when they enter in a Jagannath Puri Dham, and there all the 300 Vaishnava, senior brahmachari and Vaishnava are. So suddenly Maharaj give them obeisance and said, please pray for me. And then everybody is so happy and ऐसे सर झुका दिया. तो we learn lesson from our Guru Maharaj, how humble they are, Prabhuji. And newcomer Vaishnava, yesterday I have seen how humble they are, Prabhuji. We learn a lesson from each and every Vaishnava. No one is senior and junior in bhakti. This is Amendra Prabhuji's words, Edji, Gaur Govind Prabhuji, Edji. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Gaur Gopal Prabhuji's words, Aji Gaurang Prabhuji's words. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. All those are such elevated souls you named, such elevated souls, you know. Certainly, Mataji, we all should learn from them. And you talked about Adi Gadadhar Prabhu. I don't know. I actually got inspiration from him, being a grihastha and still preaching that much. Preaching is not easy. He has to prepare. He has to give time to his family. He has to give time to his son. He has to give time.
Prabhuji, please forgive me. 12 hours a day. It is not a joke. My daughter also working same hospital, and it's a very famous hospital. So many patients come. It's a challenging for them to do this much seva, Prabhuji. हम तो अगर नहीं वो नहीं होते तो be honest, I am not in bhakti in this Kali Yuga.
100% Mataji. I agree, Mataji. I agree. Because of devotees like Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, like Vinita Mataji handling this group, so many other Matajis, Indulekha Mataji, staying behind the screen. Because staying behind the screen is very difficult, Mataji. We all, you know, sometimes try to get that little attention that we are doing this. But on the other side, Prabhuji preaching that much and speaking not only on his Guru Maharaj, preaching on everyone is just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. He's inspiration, Mataji. Yeah, so certainly he's having this, you know, this is coming in parampara. Just see, his Guru Maharaj is giving him so much that he is having all this humbleness and all this, you know, you see, Radhanath Swami Maharaj went to see His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and he's bowing down. You see that video, that shot? So how humble he is, you know, and he's telling everyone, the newcomers, he's telling, please pray for me, please bless me. And this is coming from Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And you know, his disciple, our Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, who is very lovely to all of us, dear to all of us. And you know, he's getting all this from parampara. It's so beautiful. We are so blessed, Mataji. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you for bringing up his name too. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Vrindagapika Mataji. Sita Priti Mataji, do you have something to add?
Mataji is just blessing us, I think. She already spoke.
No. I just spoke, Mataji. I just spoke. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So, Prabhu, you got a lot of blessings from senior devotees and lots to learn from you, Prabhu. Lots to learn. Thank you so much for coming and giving your time. With your permission, can we end the call here, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, we all should go to our works now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Patitanam
Vaishnavibhyo namo namah.
Namo Namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His grace
Jai.
Guruji ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj.
Jai Ho Gauranga.
Nityananda.
Nityananda. Gauranga.
All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe
Thank you, beta.
Shyam. Sabko Balabhadra Prabhu ki jai ho.
Jai Ho.
Jai.
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you all the
Thank you, beta. Pray for us.
Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Thank you, dear devotees.
Thank you so much.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you, dear devotees. Ending the call here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.